because we have some breaking inputs coming in. The Prime Minister is now all headed to meet Droupadi Murmu around 4:30 p.m. This is the latest that we are learning, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to meet Droupadi Murmu at 4:30 p.m., which should be roughly in 25 minutes from now. Remember, we declared the number of votes that Droupadi Murmu has just received from the MPs. The counting is still underway, but she's clearly got a massive edge over the opposition candidate, that is Yashwant Sinha. It seems like a clear-cut victory, but let's also get in a sense of perspective, and for that I'm joined in by Maria Shakil. Maria, if you could take us to what we can expect from this meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Droupadi Murmu now.
Yes, so the big celebrations will begin shortly. In another 15 to 20 minutes, we can expect a formal announcement to come in from the returning officer, declaring Droupadi Murmu as the next president. He'll be president in waiting, the first tribal president and also the 15th president of India. After that, the Prime Minister is expected to visit Droupadi Murmu at her temporary residence in Delhi, which will be followed by visits and congratulatory messages that will be coming in from all the chief ministers who are already there, of BJP-ruled states who have already arrived in Delhi. The ministers will be visiting Droupadi Murmu. There will be a victory march that has been planned by the Delhi BJP, which will be in which BJP President JP Nadda is expected to participate. So grand events that has been planned by the BJP, which will be enforced in the next few hours across the country. It's a historic moment, and the Prime Minister will be present when that announcement happens, and he will be the first to congratulate the next President of India.
Right. Maria, stay with us because I'm also joined in by Akash, who's currently stationed outside the Delhi residence of Droupadi Murmu. Akash, if I could come to you, would you take us through what is the sentiment over there on ground level? What are the kind of preparations? I'm being told that Droupadi Murmu's residence is decked up in lights. If you could take us through what are the preparations like?
Well, right, Akanksha, let me tell you that it's a matter of time only now, because we are also learning that Prime Minister Modi would be visiting this particular place. But talking about the preparations, if I can show you the particular stage, only one chair is there, and we are expecting that this chair is for the next president. And as far as the other chairs are concerned, so we are learning that all the senior BJP leaders would be sitting on these chairs. Just a few minutes back, we saw how, mithai boxes were taken inside this particular residence. Also, starting from the security arrangements to the beautification of this particular house. So all of these preparations are underway, because at this point in time, not only the Prime Minister, but all the CMs and all the senior leaders of BJP are expected at this particular place. Also, talking about the particular development, it was very much expected, and it is very much expected that Droupadi Murmu will be the next president. But at this point in time, Election Commission would be announcing it, and we are also expecting a press conference, an official press conference by the Election Commission, where it would be announced that who is going to be the 15th president of India. But in some time from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to visit this particular place, and everyone is waiting for that particular visit, because Prime Minister will be the first person who is going to meet the next president of India.
Right. If I may also go across, go back to Maria on the phone line. Maria, if you could take us through how significant is Droupadi Murmu as far as her candidature is concerned, how significant it is, because it's also going to mark many firsts for our country as well. Take us through all those many firsts. All right, let's also actually in the meantime go across to Rupashri, who's reporting from Odisha, from Rairangpur, which happens to be Droupadi Murmu's hometown. Rupashri, if you could take us through what are the preparations like in Droupadi Murmu's hometown. I'm sure there's much excitement. We've been seeing all those visuals of laddus being prepared in the hometown of the next president, who's shortly going to be announced by the Election Commission. We all know that that is but an expected victory. Still, I'd like you to take us through what are the preparations like.
Actually have been done, one in Rairangpur and the other two preparations are being done in Paharpur village, which is a village which was married into, and the other is Droupadi, the place where I'm standing right now. And actually there is a procession which is going on in the village right now. A short while ago people had gathered extremely proud that a girl from this village is actually made it to being the president of the country, and essentially saying that there is something in the soil of this village, and that Droupadi Murmu has made the village proud. There are a lot of expectations also from the people of this village. Many of them actually tell us that they have high hopes from Droupadi Murmu. Once, because she has now become the president, then she must also do something for this particular village in terms of road, in terms of water and other things also. But definitely celebrations have just begun, and they're not likely to continue for some time now. Not really going to end anytime soon. Apart from that, in Pahanpur village also we saw actually a very huge feast being prepared for the villagers from one panchayat, and that is going to likely to continue through the night. So there was rice, there was chicken, there was paneer, and there was dalma, typical Odia dish of dalma being prepared. And people like men and women trickling in from all the 10 villages surrounding that particular panchayat, and they were also participating in the traditional dance and song. Over here also you can see that these processions have also been continued. Every villager essentially celebrating in his or her way. So Droupadi Murmu's candidature or being the president has actually inspired also a lot of hope amongst women over here. Many of them who we spoke to, especially those who are young, actually had high hopes for themselves in their lives. So yes, a very proud moment for people of this particular village, for people of Odisha, for women, and also remember Naveen Patnaik himself has said that Droupadi Murmu is the daughter of Odisha. He has lent his support to not only his support to Droupadi Murmu, but also canvassed for her being successful in this particular election. So definitely a moment of pride for this village, for Upparpada and for Odisha as well.
Right, Rupashri, you just mentioned that the CM of Orissa declared her as the daughter of Orissa, and that in itself is very symbolic as far as Droupadi Murmu is concerned. Having said that, you're standing with the women there. Have you spoken to these women? What is the sentiment like on ground zero? I'm sure it's a proud moment for them, since the lady now hailing from their village is going to become the next president of the country. We all know that Droupadi Murmu belongs to the Santhal tribe. What is the sentiment like within the tribe itself? What are these women telling you about their feelings towards this development today?
Well, there are layers upon layers of feelings that people are expressing, whether it is men or women. Like one particular person actually told me that it is a matter of great pride that somebody from the tribal community, which is so backward, has actually made it to the topmost position in this country. And he actually also said that this means that people from the backward communities can also now move forward. It provides them hope. And he also said that he gave his good wishes to Droupadi Murmu so that all her dreams and her hopes and aspirations may flower, and also that he hoped that she would succeed in discharging the responsibility that comes from the role of being the president of the country. So layers and upon layers of feelings. Girl children, if you speak to, whether they are in the school or whether they have come for the dance, the tribal dance in the fields, they are extremely hopeful. Each and every person I spoke to had high hopes for their own selves. One of them said that she has become a teacher. She's so hardworking. If I work hard, I can also make something out of my life. I also want to be a teacher. Another girl child said that she, like Droupadi Murmu, wanted to be the president of the country. Another one said that she wanted to be a civil servant and they would never give up studying. One point that has been noticed by these girls is that Droupadi Murmu is a self-made person. She was extremely hardworking. She never gave up on herself, and she really never really had a godfather, so to speak. So yes, a lot of aspirations amongst people, amongst the tribal people over here. But remember, these villages are still very backward. People do talk about the need for more roads, for better water supply, for rural electrification, for jobs, and for better communication along the road.